Hey guys, welcome back. Okay, so all of our videos are a little bit behind. Andy and I just got back from an 8-day trip, which you will probably have seen or will see some videos from that. Did some fun stuff on that trip, so that stuff will be on here eventually. But didn't really get to the videos from before the trip, before we left. Today is the 22nd of August, so hopefully this one will be up within the next 2 weeks. Anyway, we didn't really have anybody taking care of our garden while we were gone, which is totally fine. It's just everything is so far behind this year that when we originally booked this trip back in January, and we're planning on the trip in the late fall, early winter, we did not anticipate the garden being where it's at the time of this trip, that most of the stuff would be at a different point. So let's go check out how the garden is doing. I had already started looking at it and decided I would just throw this video out here. Here's what it's like to be a homesteader during a bad gardening year and you go on a vacation. Let's go check it out. Okay, so the herbs are doing fine. They are what they are. Okay, so here's our zucchini. Apparently there was one that had started growing and it started to rot. And there's the other one. And that's pretty much all we've got off of there. So what do we have in here for some... We got some really big summer squash in there. I don't know if you can see them. The chickens are probably going to be eating some of those. Probably what's going to be happening because they're so big. Our cucumber is pretty big. And it looks like, well, there's a cucumber. I'm sure there's a couple in there. So that looks like it's doing all right. Our cabbages kind of look like they were destroyed. I mean, I already pulled out this one. There's not even a head on it anymore. It got eaten up so bad. This one looks like it's doing okay. That one might be okay. We'll watch that one. This one's annihilated. Like that one, there's not going to be anything out of that one. Same with some of these other ones. That one will probably be okay. That one might be okay. That one might be okay. Lots of bees around the cucumbers. That's good to see. Alright, so we got a broccoli. Cut that one before we left. Another one starting. Ooh, that one looks good to eat. Another good one to eat. Another one starting. Kohlrabis are still... So these are the Cossacks. Look at how great they still look. These two look like they'll be okay. The peppers, I guess, are rocking. They're just... Look at that. We have a red one. I see lots of jalapenos down there. And lots of weeds. Let's see. Oh yeah, we have some jalapenos, friends. Better get some bacon on that grocery run. Our cabbage, red cabbage really hasn't changed much. Not much at all. Oh yeah, these are peas. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 peas came up. And our beets. The kale looks happier now, that's for sure. That looks like some happier kale. Those are weeds. Our butter crunch, butterball lettuce is doing okay. Oh, this is spinach. See these, you know, we were gone for some time, so the weeds are just taking over. But honestly, we didn't have that great of germination on these second plantings. I have no idea what Andy planted here. Oh, it looks like it's spinach. And that might also be spinach. I don't see anything else in here except for some spinach. And then here are radishes, they're coming along. Our carrots look like they might almost be ready to harvest. Once the tops start dying, that's kind of a good indication. You can actually, if you didn't know, you can overwinter them. So you can leave them in the ground during the winter and you can harvest them in the spring, and that's a good way to preserve them. Our beans look like they're dying but going to have more beans. So I'll have to look through those. And those dang Japanese beetles. It looks like they have beans or started putting on beans again. Got more florets coming in. Ooh, this is probably the best head of broccoli I have ever had. That is awesome. More florets. That's going to be a nice head of cabbage right there. So that one, we got some good ones. Got some weeding to do. Ooh, that one's going to be a good one too. That one's done. You can actually see the worm right there. I'm gonna have to remove that because it's next to a really good one and some other good ones down there. Yeah, I'm just gonna take it out right now. And that didn't get very far. I'll take care of it in a minute. So here, that's the upper garden. It's doing okay. It could be a lot worse, but it could always be better. All right. So here is the compost volunteer garden. We planted none of these. They planted themselves. Well, they're from stuff that we had in here. So there's a pumpkin. There's another pumpkin. Another pumpkin. And honestly, those are probably the pumpkins that we'll get this year. There's a spaghetti squash. Another spaghetti squash right back there. Let's see what else do we have. I know that there's another pumpkin up on the front somewhere. Oh yeah. Right there. But those will probably be the only pumpkins we get this year. Alright, so here's the lower garden. Let's take a look and see how everything's doing. Tomatoes. There's no tomatoes on them. Tomatillos have exploded. Look at how many tomatillos are on there. I mean, do you see them? That's awesome. This is just a last minute, oh, they're on clearance, let's grab it. See how they do. This is probably our best performer besides the kohlrabis this year. I see some tomatoes in here. We'll see what happens. Still seeing tomatoes. Here's a ripe one. Looks like it fell off. It's okay. We'll take it inside. Still good. We'll set it in the window so it can finish ripening. Now before I left, there was an acorn squash right. Oh, no, nope. I don't see it. There's another one right there though coming in. There was one in here, now I don't see it. There's another one coming in. There's tomatoes on here. We'll see how they do. There's tomatoes, tomatoes. A couple ripe ones on here. Just two little ones though. And just look at those tomatillos. Alright. So watermelon plant number 1. There's watermelon. And it already broke off. It already broke off. I didn't just do this, it was already broken. I'm gonna have to take it inside. It looks like something was trying to get at it. So I'll be taking that inside. There was a second one on here, and it must have gotten eaten. And a couple cantaloupes. There were more on here. That one's still coming. See, I mean, the deer are just annihilating it down here because we didn't put a fence up. It's just the time between planting and doing all that. Just look. They didn't even touch this stuff last year when it was down here. Our pumpkins are gone. We saw her eating it, this one this morning, as we were sitting inside drinking our coffee. So I guess that's what happens when you go on vacation for a week and everything's just behind as far as planting and whatnot. So my goals for today are going to be to harvest the garden and then probably weed the garden tomorrow if I don't get to it today. Now what I'm noticing, or what we noticed when we got back, is it is actually really cool here. Ooh, I just found another watermelon as I walked by it. Didn't eat that one yet. It's a lot cooler here than it normally is this time of year. Normally it's like 90s and humid. We got back last night. It was like, we flew in to the airport that's about 10 minutes away from us, and it was 60 to 64 degrees outside and not humid at all. So considering where we came from, where it was 90 degrees and like 90% humidity, it was quite the adjustment. So that is how the garden is doing today. I plan on doing more videos and kind of updating you guys on how things are going, some plans that we have going on. And like I've said before, we will do a video explaining where we have been. Just have to find the time to get the mister to sit down and talk with you guys about that too. It's not bad. It's all good. It's just life, if that makes sense. So thanks guys for watching, and see you in the next one. Bye.